is that your real name? I'm like, yes, Carmi is my real name. Like, I don't know what you mean by that. Fooled you? No. I thought I was going to retire from there. Fool myself, okay? I'm a kisser. I prefer kissing. I need you to kiss on me. Physical touch is my #1 love language. No, I don't love you. I don't believe in it. He said good. Me either, because it's the 3rd time I've seen you. Hey YouTube, Happy New Year! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So in this video, we are going to do a get to know me tag. I did a poll on my Instagram and I asked which one would you guys want to come first, and a lot of you guys voted for the get to know me tag. So let's get right into it. But first, before we do that, if you are not already subscribed, please pause this video, subscribe, like, comment, all of the things. I do appreciate that greatly. So let's get into it. Get to know me tag. I don't think I've ever done one on my channel, so I feel like it's fitting for the new year, so y'all know who I am, what I'm about, all of the things. Okay, so the first question is, what is my full name? And if I'm looking down, it's because I have the questions right here. What is my full name? Do I want to tell y'all? No, I'll tell y'all. So my full name is Carmaisha Smith. So the next question is, what does my name mean? Child, I don't know. My granny named me, my grandparents on my dad's side. She said that she was watching a news anchor. I think it was an African lady. And she said her name was Carmaisha or something of that sort. And she wanted to name me that. Now, why she wanted to name me Carmaisha when her name is Ellen, my papa's name is ML, her sons' names are Michael and Melvin. Why she wanted to name me Carmaisha, child, I don't know. I don't know, you gotta ask her. However, my mama clearly was in love with my daddy and she let him have that one. And my daddy clearly didn't have no say so because his name is Melvin, or he just didn't care, one or the other. And child, my grandparents, I'm just gonna insert the clip right here about what my papa said regarding him naming me what he named me. I was just telling my YouTube folks about you and Granny naming me Carmaisha after y'all's son's name is Michael and your other one is Melvin and y'all's name is ML and Ellen. I said, now what sense would that make for them to call me Carmaisha? I can't wait to see what my followers got to say about that.
Well, another word of wisdom, it ain't really what your parents call you, what the Lord gonna call you.
Oh my God, today.
That's the name that's important.
What they used to say is it ain't what they call you, it's what you answer to.
But that's true too.
So they can call you anything, you ain't got the answer to it.
Well, anybody can give you a label. It's whether or not you gonna wear it.
Now say it. I'm gonna wear Carmaisha like a badge of honor just cause y'all named it.
All right.
But I'm still gonna talk about it. It ain't gonna stop me from talking about it.
Sound okay.
Yep, now I got to move this desk and stuff. Yeah, so that's that. So yeah, my full name is Carmaisha. How did my nickname come about? So I was in the 9th grade in a math class. I can't recall what class it was, but this guy named Jamelin Nash, he was a popular basketball player. The teacher called my name and said Carmaisha, and he said, Carmaisha, I don't like that. That name is too long. I'm gonna call you Carmi. And I said, okay, for one, love your honesty, because if you know me, you know I love that. But for two, okay, like I like it. So I was like, Carmi is great because growing up, my family name is Maisha. So when I identify with myself, I say Maisha, like that's my name. That's what I call myself even to this day. My family, my mom, my dad, my grandparents, if you've grown up with me in the neighborhood, like Maisha is the name that you know if you've grown up with me in church. And I love that y'all call me that, keep calling me that. Like it just humbles me. I just feel like you know me if you call me Maisha, like you know me. So yeah, like when he said that, I was like, okay, well this is a new name. Like I love it because Carmi is half of my name, Maisha is half of my name. Like I'm all about like consolidating and making it easier, okay, for myself and other people. So when I would write it on paper, people thought that it was Carmi. So there were a few people at the school that would say Carmi. And I said, wait a minute now. I like that one now. I like Carmi. Like Carmi, I like that even more. Even though Karma was more like Carmaisha. That was more of the what he meant. But Carmi was cute. I loved it. But Carmi didn't really get solidified to my first job. Sorry about that. Who would be calling me? Look at me. It's like when your phone don't ring. You're like, who would be calling me? Don't know. So just gonna let that be. But like I said, Carmi came about and it was solidified at my first job. So I'll go ahead and answer that question. What was my first job? It was at Chick-fil-A. If you knew me, you know. If you know, you know. Y'all thought I was gonna retire from there. Fooled ya. Fooled ya. No. I thought I was gonna retire from there. Fooled myself, okay? But I was at the training and I asked my operator, I was like, is it okay if I can go by Carmi? And he was like, yeah. He was a white man. So, of course, Carmi was way easier for him to say than Carmaisha. So, he was all on board for it. I was like, great. And so, this guy I was in the same course training with, he was like, can I be called Lil John? I don't remember what the name exactly was, but it was something like that, like Lil Baby, Lil John. The operator was like, no. So Carmi just made sense. So after starting my first job at Chick-fil-A, Carmi was solidified. There were people that came to the mall. They'd be like, is that your full name? Is that your real name? I'm like, yes, Carmi is my real name. Like, I don't know what you mean by that. Is it my full name? No, but it's my real name. So yeah, Carmi was solidified. So there are people that to this day don't know that my full name is Carmaisha that are watching this video like, and yeah, so, but I love y'all, fool with y'all. It's not anything that I am embarrassed of. It's just one of those things that I've learned that I like Carmi a lot better, and I feel like Carmi represents who I am today. But Carmaisha is who I am. Maisha is who I grew up as. So all three of these people, these names, these characters are me. So whatever you decide is what you decide. I call myself Maisha, but if I meet you in the streets, I'm going to tell you my name is Carmi. Like, that's just going to be that. So yeah, that's that. Let's see what the next question is. This question says, if you were to change your first name, what would you change it to? Definitely Carmi. I would go ahead and change it to Carmi. But then again, I probably wouldn't, because Carmaisha has nostalgic value to it. My grandparents are still alive, thank the Lord. And they named me, and I know that I'll value that once they're long gone as well. So Carmaisha, I would keep my name, honestly. I'm all about nicknames, though. Where are you from? I am from Little Rock, Arkansas. I was born and raised there. What are your best characteristics? I like to think one of my best characteristics is that I'm generous. Like, I'm very, very giving. I'm a good time. Like, I'm funny. And then I'm really light. Like, I'm upbeat. Like, I'm light. Like, my friends think I'm crazy, but I'm light. Like, I'm a great time. So I think those are my best characteristics. Which of your parents are you more alike? I think I'm like my mom and my dad. I'm like my dad more so with like facial expressions, and like when I don't feel like dealing with a whole lot of extra stuff and I'm quiet, I'm more like him because he doesn't really say a lot, but he's a good time too. And then I'm like my mom when I'm more like outgoing and like, hey y'all, you know, that I feel like I act like my mom in that way. Are your grandparents still married? Yes, my grandparents are married. They've been married 4 years. I can't really recall. They don't really like to tell us the exacts because they don't really like to tell us their age. That's a whole other story. But yes, they're still married. ML and Ellen Smith. What do you call your grandparents? I call my granny granny. I call my papa papa. What is my biggest fear? Oh my gosh. Ooh, my biggest fear. One of them would be drowning, because I can't swim, but I'm going to learn how to swim. Period. Okay. What's another biggest fear of mine? I don't know. Like, I don't want my loved ones to pass away before I'm like successful and able to like show them my appreciation toward them. So that's a fear of mine. What has required the most courage in my life so far? Full-time entrepreneurship without anyone understanding. Okay, that has caused me to have a lot of courage, a lot of stand up and do what you need to do for yourself type of energy. Yeah, entrepreneurship, there's nothing like it. I'm gonna do another video on that. There's nothing like that. What is your favorite childhood memory? Oh my goodness, what is my favorite childhood memory? I'd say one of them would be my 13th garage birthday party that I my mom threw for me, you just had to be there. Like, I'm not one that likes parties at all. And that was probably my last birthday party ever thrown for me in that manner, because I don't like birthday parties. But that one was pretty epic. If you was there, comment if you were there. Like, literally, it was epic. It was a great time. All the people, most of the people that were there, we're still friends. They're still alive. So I thank God for that. That was one of my best memories. What is my favorite ice cream flavor? Butter pecan. I love butter pecan. Are you high maintenance? Yeah, I like to think I'm high maintenance in the things that I'm high maintenance in. So I'm not sure. You probably wouldn't look at me and think like, oh, you bougie or you high maintenance. You would have to know me to know exactly some things that I'm high maintenance in. Like my hair, I don't play by my hair. That's one thing I'm very, very high maintenance in. The way I do my makeup, the way my makeup is done for me, I don't play about that. The food that I eat, yeah, I don't play about that. I gotta eat good. It's just certain things, the way my pictures are taken, the way I'm presented. Like, it's certain things that I'm just like kind of anal about. So I would say I'm high maintenance about the things I'm high maintenance about. Are you a dog or cat person? I'll take neither. Like, I said that I was gonna get a dog, a little Yorkie or something, but I'm not either. Like, if you got a dog, I probably won't be visiting you that often because I don't really do dogs like that. Excuse me. If you can eliminate one weakness in your, or limitation in your life, what would it be? One weakness, or limitation. I have not always been that great at math. I would eliminate that. And then I'm also a avoider when, like, I'm not really a conflict person. It's funny because contrary to popular belief, I'm very outspoken. And I'm going to say how I feel, but I'm not conflict oriented. Like, so I would change that about myself. I'm not saying I would want to be more conflict oriented, but I would want to be more solution oriented. And in order to do that, you have to face conflict. So that would be something. Who's the best teacher you've ever had? Miss Kelly Navin, and her and I still text. We still talk to this day. I actually took her family photos last year when I was still in Arkansas. So yes. Who is the first person you call when something horrible happens? It just depends. More times than not, it'll be Lavelle, who's my best friend. But sometimes I call my papa. It just depends on what I want to share. Do you remember your dreams? Yes, I dream vividly and very often. My best friend Mariah, I dreamed that she was having a little girl. I dreamed that her little girl was going to be walking before, like, her first birthday, and she is. Like, I have very vivid dreams, and when I dream them, I usually text my friends and tell them. Sometimes they're metaphorical, sometimes they are true and real. Do you prefer kissing or cuddling? I'm a kisser. I prefer kissing. I need you to kiss on me. Physical touch is my #1 love language. So even though cuddling is a part of that too, but I'd rather kiss. Do you have a catchphrase? Oh, hell no, Joe. That's not really my catchphrase. Oh, honey. I don't know. I don't really know if I have one. My friends would have to tell you that. Do you have a tattoo? No, I don't have any tattoos. Do you have a birthmark? Yes, I have one under my chest, and I have one on my right foot. Do you have a best friend? If so, then who? Yes, Lavelle is my best friend. Mariah is my best friend. Victoria, Brittany, Simone. Like, I have multiple best friends. I've been friends with these people all my life, for the majority of my life. Do I believe in love at first sight? I absolutely believe in love at first sight. I got a funny story with that. Growing up, I watched the Steve Harvey Show with Regina Greer and Levita Alizé Jenkins and Sid the Entertainer. And this guy came up to Miss Greer, Principal Greer, one day, and he said, do you believe in love at first sight? And she was like, no. Trying to be all like, no, I don't love you. I don't believe in it. He said, good. Me either, because it's the 3rd time I've seen you. So, like, that has always stuck with me. I'm like, that is hilarious. Who sent the last text message I received? I think Mariah, telling me that she's coming over at 2 p.m. Who is my celebrity crush? Jamie Foxx. If you know, you know. Since I've been like 12 or 13. What is my most embarrassing moment? Oh my gosh, what is my most embarrassing moment? Oh my gosh. I don't know if this is my most, but this is one of them I can recall. In college, y'all. It was our diversity. Oh my gosh. It was our diversity graduation. I could have sworn I could have sworn they called my name, right? So I go up there. They explain like your accolades and things like that. I think, and then they call your name or vice versa. I can't remember. But all I know is I walked up there and they were like, they said the person's name that they were meant to call. And I was like, that's not me. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And I went and sat back down. I was so freaking embarrassed. It was in front of all these people, in front of their parents. I was like, gosh, girl. Like, if you know me, you know that I was suspended from UCA and I got back in, all that stuff. Like, so I'm like, gosh, you wanted that degree, didn't you? Lord Jesus, it wasn't even a real thing. It was the diversity degree. But, yeah, I was embarrassed. Oh, gosh. What scares me about aging? Not being able to remember memories vividly. Like, I love to tell stories and stuff, and I don't want to forget it. I've already experienced that a little bit, but that's probably one thing. How many boyfriends have I had? I've only had 2 officially. How many rings before I answer the phone? How many rings? Probably 2. It just depends on who's calling too. Have I ever dated 2 people at the same time? I think I have. But, I mean, I'm sure I liked one of them more than the other. But I'm sure I've dated 2 people at the same time. Have you ever won a trophy or an award? Yep, I used to play basketball. I still got the trophy. Number 13, Maisha Smith. Okay, it was probably a participation trophy, but I still have that. I'm going to do one more. What is the last compliment that I got? Probably that I'm beautiful. And I'm not saying that in a vain way, but that's probably the last compliment that I've gotten. Yeah. So, thank you guys for tuning in to this Get to Know Me tag. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned a little bit about me. Yeah, if you want to know more questions, ask them specifically in the comment box. And if there's enough of them, I'll probably do another one of these. But I thought this was pretty fun and interesting. So like I said, if you love this video, if you like it, love it, like it, share it with somebody. And I'll see y'all in the next video.